I don't know what we did to hurt whomever it is at movie studios making decisions. Catastrophic! But they have gotten us back and we are even. A staggering 45 films about Mattel toys are reportedly in the works, with 14 in active development, notably including a Polly Pocket movie by Lena Dunham. You're probably wondering how we got into this situation. Well, Barbie proved to be a very interesting movie exploring complex ideas with sumptuous visuals to great success. And it's entirely possible that Hollywood is taking that cue to embolden toy-based movies through production, taking the exact wrong lesson away from an actual triumph. Again.
Get that Barbie!
I don't need to tell you that the Barbie movie by Greta Gerwig starring Margot Robbie is a big deal. If you're watching this video, odds are high you know. So far, it's made at least $500 million, probably a lot more by the time this video comes out, and set a first weekend record for a film directed by a woman, lighting the hearts of many audience members on hot pink fire.
Okay, ladies, let's do this!
Hell, even I have multiple pink outfits thanks to this movie, and my wardrobe is usually more Oppenheimer-esque, if you get what I mean. My point is, spoiling nothing, that the Barbie movie is really something special. It's made a ton of money, but importantly, it's connected with people, simultaneously charming and entertaining them and making them feel seen and heard.
I just don't know who I am without you.
You're Ken.
But it's Barbie and Ken. There is no just Ken.
Barbie is ostensibly a plastic doll, but as the movie points out, what the doll represents is so much more. Fitting in, being loved, being rejected, being the symbol and enemy of girlhood, gazing at womanhood, feeling like everything and nothing at all. It explores the existential meaning of Barbie.
You guys ever think about dying?
Her impact and value worldwide, across time, good and bad. Barbie, at least through director Greta Gerwig's vision, is a catalyst and so much more than a toy.
You are a toy!
This movie is a masterpiece, lightning in a bottle, the perfect expression at the perfect moment, one of a kind. So obviously, Hollywood wants to ride this movie into the ground, into dust.
Shark still looks fake.
According to Forbes, Mattel has 45, yes, 45, films based on their toy brands in various stages of development, with 14 in active development, including Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Magic 8 Ball, Uno, and both Hot Wheels and Matchbox for some reason, on top of Polly Pocket by Lena Dunham.
You can open up her case, there's a world for you. Wow. So many fine places, still lots to do. Polly Pocket, Polly Pocket, Polly Pocket, so small you can take her anywhere.
To be fair, Lena Dunham's Polly Pocket movie has reportedly been in development for some time, announced for MGM Studios first in summer 2021, well before Barbie's premiere. But the project is certainly heating up and getting more attention post-Barbie.
Wow.
For now, only one cast member is officially tied to the project. Emily in Paris star Lily Collins.
With all due respect, I have been sent here for a reason.
With Robbie Brenner and Kevin McCone from Mattel overseeing the project. Of the movie, Mattel has said it's about a, quote, young girl and a pocket-sized woman who form a friendship.
Look, it's the rest of them!
And Dunham told The Hollywood Reporter last year, quote, let's just say Polly Pocket was at her best when she was the original teensy tiny 90s size. Which, great. Her one known quality of being tiny will carry over. Ant-Man, but less recognizable and fewer powers.
What is this?
A center for ants?
Can't wait to be part of the opening weekend crowds full of women pretending to be tiny? Because Polly Pocket had such an indelible impact on their lives? Okay. Dunham and Collins seem to have a similar collaborative relationship Gerwig and Robbie shared as writer-director and star-producer, but there's something missing. Something tells me it's not a formula of X vintage toy plus Y millennial woman director equals $1 bajillion signs. Maybe, just maybe, there's more to Barbie's win than that. I'd like to continue being sarcastic about this, but it makes me incredibly sad to think that reductive thinking, not the actual explorations of emotion, society, contradiction, the self, the other, and more, are the lessons taken away from Barbie. Greta Gerwig and Barbie achieved something too special to be reduced to lady director and toy in some unnuanced money-making formula. A formula that simply is not going to recapture the Barbie magic.
A-okay.
Can you tell me a single characteristic about Polly Pocket besides that she's tiny? I really don't think a big slice of the population has complicated and strong feelings about the tiny plastic corn niblet thing that rattled around their backpacks 20 years ago before it got vacuumed up or eaten by the dog, and promptly forgotten about forever. Not everything is Barbie or Lego or even Transformers.
Autobots, roll out. We roll.
Not every moment and confluence of events is perfect. Not every visionary is Greta Gerwig.
I wanted to paint in big, beautiful, broad strokes and build this crazy world and have it be funny and real and relatable.
It's not as though this is the first time Hollywood has taken away the wrong lesson. Remember when the Hunger Games and Harry Potter movies' successes taught studios about chosen one young adult adventure book-based movies needing to 1. Be made over and over, and 2. Have a 2-part finale? And then remember how the second part of Divergent's 2-part movie finale, Allegiant, got canceled due to part 1's disappointing box office, resulting in the series ending on a cliffhanger? So then they tried to make it a television series, but then the star refused to do it and almost quit acting altogether because of it. Then the whole project was canceled a year later due to lack of interest. And then, of course, you'll remember the success of The Dark Knight and the way it treated Batman's well-worn mythology. But studios took the lesson that, no, audiences just want gritty reboots now, regardless of context. So then we got Dark Superman, Dark Fantastic Four, Dark Point Break, Dark Snow White, Dark Hansel and Gretel, and Dark Power Rangers? Remember when DC and Universal tried and failed to make an MCU, since the reason why people loved those movies was because the idea of a shared universe ramping up to some future big thing was apparently all they ever wanted? And of course, there was the trend of unnecessary 3D that happened because James Cameron made Avatar. Or how about Solo? Surely the reason why people didn't like it was because they didn't like the roles recast, and you should deepfake actors forever. To be clear, the cast was not the problem with Solo. I could go on, but the theme has already become clear. People don't love Barbie because of its mere nature as a toy for girls, or The Dark Knight because darkness? There are many reasons why Barbie, and for that matter Oppenheimer, the other half of Barbenheimer, did exceedingly well. Yeah, of course I'm bringing that movie into this conversation. There are things like cast, writing, cinematography, music, and yes, big-time marketing to be considered, but also where we are as people, in time, what we seek and want, what's being reflected in this moment. What are the ideas that strike us and resonate and make us fall in love and tell all our friends? Again, I don't know who is in charge of making movie decisions at the studios, but hearing more than I'd ever heard about the Polly Pocket movie and the 13 other active development toy movies in the wake of Barbie Mania makes me wonder if they like or analyze film at all, if they understand what lights up the pleasure centers of the human brain. It isn't a shallow formula that people love. We're not that simple. What I think is the biggest contributing factor to the loud, rousing success of Barbie, and for that matter, Oppenheimer, is that they make incredibly personal and humanistic statements about intrinsic topics that deeply, deeply matter to us as a species in an immediately understandable and real way. Neither is a sequel, a prequel, or part of a cinematic universe. Both take something you've heard of before and use it as a funnel for big ideas. If Greta Gerwig were to make a movie about existential feminism on her own, would it have the budget or attention that it would have through the lens of Barbie? Doubtful. She took her shot and said what she wanted, how she wanted, and it deeply worked. It was not because she and Barbie fill certain checkboxes. It was beyond. I'm not going to name names, but think of how many big, expensive, effects-heavy movies look terrible and say little more than nothing. It happens often, and that is not what happened here. I'm sorry to say, the answer to why Barbie was successful was because it was an actual damn good movie executed well above what was expected on every level. That's the secret recipe. And that's how you make another one, studios. I mean, for Alan's sake, it's in the trailer. Ideas live forever. Come back to it when you can tell us the big idea lurking within Polly Pocket and Uno.
You like going backwards? Throw a reverse card. Bam!
Thanks for watching. I'm Kim Horcher, and for more on Barbie, here's why the original Barbie movie idea never made any sense either, so check that out, and don't forget to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.